Hey, in this video, we're going to go through how to make a puzzle part using addition. So let's go to create, and I'm going to create a document, and I'm going to call this, I'll call it puzzle part using addition. Okay, I'm going to say create. Okay, so that's the name of my puzzle part. And so I'm given all these planes. I'm going to sketch on the front plane. So I'm going to say I want a new sketch. And I'm going to go to the front. And once I tell it the front plane, it comes here. Now what I'm going to do is hit the N as in Nancy key. That brings the front plane to the front like this so that I can really see it well. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my corner rectangle. I'm going to place my rectangle right here, and I'm going to make it say like that. Okay, so now I'm going to dimension it now. Come up here to the dimension key, and I'm going to say, let's see, I want this to be 0.75 times 3. Okay, so that's 2.25, so that's great. Now, let's see, can we make sure that this is also 2.25? Let's pull this way, and it's not, so let's go ahead and we'll make that 2.25 as well. Okay, so now I have my nice square. I want to kind of peek at it this way because I'm going to extrude it. So I'm going to say, thank you, that was a good sketch. Come up here to extrude, and I'm going to make this, select the surface, and the default is always 1 inch. So let's make it, let's make it 2.25. And I'm going to say, if I click off of this, you can also use extrude to remove a section. We're not doing that. We're extruding it out and adding material. So there you have it. Okay, so now I have a nice cube. Now what I want to do is I want to build upon this cube. So I'm going to do the following. I'm going to put my cursor on top. You see how the box lights up yellow? I'm going to right click and I'm going to say, let's make a new sketch. Now, I like to have that plane facing me. So I hit the N key and there you go. Okay, let's make another sketch using my corner rectangle. And let's say I'm going to put this over here. So I grabbed it from the corner. And I'm going to make that, can I make that 0.75 here? Yep. And then let's go ahead and we'll make it also 0.75 there. Boom. Okay, so we have a nice little cube there. Okay, let me think about this for a second. I think I'm going to go ahead and extrude that, so I'm done with that. Now let's come over here. I'm going to kind of peek again. I'm going to hit the extrude. I'm going to grab that little square I just made, and let's extrude it 0.75. Okay, so that looks good. Okay, so now I'm going to put another little piece on it. So I'm going to come over here. I want to sketch on this surface again. I'm going to right click and I'm going to say new sketch. I'm now going to go ahead and I want to have that plane face me. So I'm going to hit the N key. That rotates it. I'm going to use my rectangle again, but this time I'm going to come over here. Okay, so let's see, can I make this piece, what if I make it 0.75 times, which is the star key, 2. How big does that look? Okay, that looks okay. So let's see, can we also do the other dimension, 0.75? 0.75 times 2. And we can. So those are kind of touching. So do I really want them to touch? Probably not. So instead of having it be 1.5, let me go back in, and maybe what I'll do is try to edit the sketch, so edit this dimension. So dimensions turned off. Let me escape out of that. I'm going to come here, turn on the dimension key, and I believe if I make this one, how about if I make it 1.25? What does that do for me? Okay, I like that better because I didn't want those two boxes to hit each other. So now I'm happy with that. Let's click off here. Again, I'm going to peek in the corner so I can kind of see. I'm going to extrude this rectangle, and let's go up by 2.25 inches. So this is going to go up by 2.25 inches. Done. Okay, so I'm happy with that. Now, a word about all my planes that are showing. They get distracting. So I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to close all of those planes. Okay, so I like that better. So I'm going to move my mouse, pull it down. Now, that looks lovely, but I want to have it be a different color than the default blue. So I'm going to open up this window right here, and I'm going to click in here. Okay, and let's make this a different color. How about if I make this, I don't know, something in the, maybe in the green family? So I like that color. So I'm happy with that. All right, so that's good. I've showed you that little piece of it, but I also want to do another color. So I want to just do a face this time. So I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to grab this little key, and I'm going to select a face. So I'm going to select this face, and maybe I'll make that face kind of an orangey color. Okay? So you can partially color things as well. So that's what I wanted to show you in terms of part creation. Now I want you to put that part on a drawing file. So that's what's going to come next. So let me close out of this, and I'm going to say, okay, I like that. Oh, I'm going to do some more things. Let's name my part, okay? It's just called part 1. That's not very intuitive. So let me right click on here and say rename. And I'm going to say, we'll get out of my caps key, puzzle piece using addition. So this way my names will match. Okay, I hit enter, and now I have that name differently. Okay, I'm going to hit this plus button down here, and I'm going to create a drawing file. So grab drawing. Now, I sent everyone this template, so you should have saved it with your own initial, okay? Because when you opened it, it's my initials, and only one person can open it at a time unless you save it with your own initial. So I'd like you to do that if you haven't done that already. So I'm going to open this and say okay. Okay, so there's my drawing file. See, it says Our Lady of Good Counsel High School. That's exactly what I want. Okay, so now I'm going to select this puzzle right here. And we just got an add. Let me get out of that add. And we get out of that. I'm going to get out of a few screens here. Okay, what has happened? Okay, there we go. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to insert the front view right where I would put a front view. So where is that? It's right here, correct? So I click, there's my front view. Now I'm going to slide up, and that will give me my top view. Okay, so now sometimes I can slide in here and then bring this over here, and it worked this time. And that's my right side view. Okay, so now I'm just missing the isometric, which is going to go right here. So I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to say, okay, insert a view. I'm going to pull down this front, Now, if your other views didn't show up where you wanted them to show up, you could have used this tab to get that all squared away for yourself. Here's my isometric. I'm going to put that right here. Okay, so there's my isometric. Now, the isometric you can color. So highlight, when you put your cursor on the part, it gives you a little box. Right click on the box, and you're going to say Show Hide Shaded Views. So there you go. There's your shaded view. Now, let's do this. I'm going to highlight this front view, and I'm going to right click, and I'm going to say Show Hide, not the shaded view, but show the hidden lines. Because I'm just going to see if there's any hidden lines. So I'm going to do that to each of these. So Show Hide, show hidden lines. Okay, there's none there. Show Hide, show hidden lines. There you have it. So I see I have some hidden lines. All right, the next thing I'm going to do, because this is a multi-view, is I'm going to dimension them. So let's go ahead and grab my dimensioning tool, which is right here. Okay, so let's grab that dimensioning tool, and I want to get the overall width. So I'm going to go here to here and pull up. Okay, good. Now let's get other pieces as well. So I'm going to go, let me see how I want to do this. I might go just from here to here and pull up. Okay, so now I don't have this piece dimensioned, but that's okay because I can get that by subtraction. So that is all set. All right, next thing. Let's dimension the height. So I could dimension it here, or I could dimension it over here. So I think I'm going to dimension it here. So I'm pulling it out, and that's the height. Okay, so let's see what else I need. I can't dimension it to this hidden line because that's a problem. So what will I do? I think I'm going to have to do this outside the box. So I'm going to dimension from here to here and pull out this way. So that gives me that dimension. Okay, so now I want to have this dimension over here, which is the depth, right? So this dimension and this dimension match. So let me grab this right here and here. That is my overall depth. And then I can go from here to here and get that depth. And then I need to do one more thing. So I need to get this piece here. So let me go from here to here and pull that out. So I'm going to stop right there. Now, do I like it there? It looks a little cluttered. So let me escape out of that. And what if I put this dimension on here? We get my dimension key again. And I'm going to grab from here to here and pull this up. And I kind of like that better because it doesn't get so congested over here. So let's look at this. Do we have all of our dimensions? And I believe that we do. So if I gave you these dimensions, you would be able to build that part. Okay? So look at the dimensions. Do I have overall? And do I have the component parts done correctly? I did not dimension to any hidden lines. For the most part, I kept it in the house, except for this one, which I really didn't have an option with given the hidden line. So I think I'm happy with that. So you should try to practice doing this so that you know how to place your 3 views and your isometric view, and also how to dimension your part. Thank you.